Hi. Today I'm not my best self, so I probably shouldn't be vlogging. But here we go. I've been feeling super not motivated and like that I'm screwed. And then I've been totally like, I have no other option. So I can do this. And that's, I guess, pretty much about everything. Okay, so I don't feel like doing anything today. Even today is exercise day and I didn't exercise, but it is the weekend, so I have 2 extra days. So maybe I will exercise tomorrow, and I guess that happens. I've been really good about that, and I thought I was good about my diet, but I guess not. I think I'm getting fat again. This isn't a good vlog. I don't think this is a good vlog. Maybe I can edit it to make it a good vlog. I don't think I'm good at vlogging. I don't think I'm attractive enough to vlog. I don't... Oh no, are we doing this? I do have bags under my eyes today because I guess I didn't sleep enough. I'm so unsatisfied. Okay, yeah, I guess that's the big problem. I am I'm not inspired to vlog. I wasn't inspired to really do anything, but I'm always inspired to clean. So odd, so weird. So that's what I'm doing. So I did do laundry. The laundry had piled up. I don't know when the last time I did laundry was. Shouldn't be, because I don't know. I guess maybe I am going out more. Oh, I've been walking so much. Okay, here I'm on my pace now. I'm doing it now. The bottoms of my feet are so sore because I've been walking, and when I go for a walk, because I don't have a working bicycle right now, I don't know what the option is to like build one out of all of the pieces that I have, or to just get a new one. Anyway, okay, so I guess, yeah, at least 5 hours a day walking. I guess that not a day, but every second day. Because if I have to take packages at the post office or something, and I've been looking for McDonald's toys that are out right now. I know, and I say it's the last obsession you're going to have. It's the last toy you have to buy, and after you finish this collection set, you don't have to go out there anymore. You don't have to. There's always going to be something. And I guess is that the addiction? Maybe that's the addiction. Back to the bottoms of my feet. Never have they been so sore. I even put like special insoles in my shoes, and they're not helping. I don't know if they're even making it worse, but I guess the bottoms of my feet are bruised right now, and I can't even walk on them. And even resting a day, like they felt fine to go at the beginning of yesterday when I went for a walk, but like an hour or two into the walking around, it was super painful, and I could barely get home. I went to IKEA, and I tried. It didn't hurt as much walking around IKEA. I was like walking around slower, I guess, and I guess the floors are more cushiony inside than on pavement. I bought sneakers that I thought would be all cozy and cushiony. Maybe I don't have the right shoes for high volume walking around. Maybe I'll have to look into that. What you're supposed to wear. They're Converse. Normal Converse would not be, because they have no insoles at all. But I bought more cushiony, sneakery Converse. Not cushiony enough, I guess. Maybe if I'm going to be walking, I like to walk. Maybe if I'm going to be walking, that I should probably going to be biking the most in the summertime. Anyway, if I can get a bike, if I can fit into the budget. Things that I wanted to mention here. I wish I would do more structured videos because they would do better. I don't like that I don't have an area. There's so many things. I just forgot what I was just going to tell you, but I'm remembering that I have so much stuff packed into such little areas that I don't really have a nice place to vlog or like take pictures. Like I don't have a white blank wall or anything. So that's screwy. That doesn't help me like expanding on YouTube and Instagram when it's not visually nice. Now, right now, like, I mean, this is all my favorite things, so it looks pretty. Look at, it's all like matching and the same and stuff. But I have piled just a bunch of junk over here. And look at this. I did edit this. That's a good thing. I took some stuff away. I took the stuff that I didn't, but it's sitting on the floor. However, it's vignette, but I don't believe in non-purposing stuff. The things that I do collect are like these vessels, these antique. Like I do use these platters for when I'm having feasts, and then I also can store things in these vessels. This is why I like and choose these things. I guess the insulators don't have any purpose at all. Okay, that's one thing that I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about my feet. I wanted to talk about being able to survive on. I don't. Here's something really honest. I was triggered by somebody. I was listening or watching a podcast, and the guy that was being interviewed said that he just wished that he would have some money, and he hoped that he could make more money. And then he said something like, yeah, he only got like $10,000 last month, and that's all that he's making. And I'm like, what? I don't. This might be too much information, but I don't think I've ever made more than $2,000 a month. I mean, I'm sure I have, because I've had jobs that paid that much a month, and then I would have made money on top of that. But in general, I've been, well, before COVID. I don't know. I'm not living. I guess you could say that I'm living on $0 a month right now. But yeah, for a long time, for many years actually, I think $2,000, which I don't know, to some people that might seem like enough. I think that's below poverty. But I am one person. Anyway, I was able to make it work. And things that I did, I guess, wrong, which I discovered, which I learned recently I never really had. With that, I used to always buy the best food. I used to buy the best toilet paper. Like I would buy like ethical green. It would be more expensive, like toilet paper, but it would be toilet paper that was environmentally friendly. And I would buy, environmentally friendly vinegar, and everything would be like higher end items that were more ethical. And then I recently, because I wanted, I don't know, how much money did I waste buying these things? I mean, I would do it again. Like I mean, I cannot believe under poverty level numbers, I was still buying all organic food and any amount of it that I wanted. And I don't know, I could have all my debt paid off in 2 months if I had $10,000 a month. That's another thing that I wanted to mention. People could always say to me, or people would always say to me, like, at least you have your health, and you have no debt. Like everybody was in debt, and everybody was not as healthy as I was. But now I think I'm fat and in debt too. So I don't have anything going for me. I'm not really fat, but I wanna be better. Oh yeah. Can we, oh man, I thought I was never gonna do this again. Oh, but I'm so anti, this is a new thing. I'm so anti magic. Oh, we have to go into that story too. I'm so anti self-help right now. I think I like to experiment with it so many times. I'm also still very anti. Self-help does fall into that. Those financial wisdom stuff too. I guess if I had to choose, I would say that at least financial wisdom has like science behind it. I mean, there are good parts to, you can't, none of this helps. None of and I'm anti-psychology too right now. Yeah, I'm disgusted with it all. It seems like I guess it's because I feel right now there's no fix. But then I have these opposite reactions that, like I said earlier in this video, I don't have any other choice. I don't even know if I can. I shouldn't say that here. Look, I'm having a secret. It's not really a secret because I have mentioned this before, but because of what I haven't, I can say that I haven't paid my taxes. All right. I don't know how to. I mean, I know how to, but because it's been so long since I did that, I don't know if I can get a job. I don't know if I can get a real job because I'd have to I don't know yeah, I don't know what the government would say if I had a real job, like that I didn't work for myself anymore. It's confusing. I mean, I do have a goal to, I do plan on doing it, but doing my catching up with taxes. But the reason I hadn't done them and it piled up so long was because I didn't have the extra money to pay them. So how could I was gonna do them when I could have something to contribute to them? But I have to contribute to living first. Or if I can't live, then yeah. But I'm not. Okay. All of that stuff aside, I'm still really healthy for the age that I am, and I'm still really healthy, not even for the age that I am, and my debt just seems bigger to me, but it's nowhere as big as a normal North American household has, or North American individual has. I do have to make more structured videos though, but I can't do the 5 tips that, or there are some things that, oh, stop. Okay, I'm sick of hearing myself talk now, so I guess a normal person would be too. Oh, this was something I was going to tell my life story on here. I was going to get into, I mean, I must have done that before, but I was thinking about some certain, now I lost my train of thought again. Structure. I love structure too. I'm not, oh, and I've made many videos. I should go back and watch my own videos so I can learn from them and read the comments and see what people told me. I'm not good enough. I don't want to I'm not good enough. I can't choose to do one thing. Like I can't be a fitness guy because I don't want to do that 24/7. There are people on YouTube, on Instagram, that do that 24/7. That is their whole passion. I guess if there was, oh, is this an aha moment? If there was something that I can do 24/7, it's cleaning and sorting. Oh, that's so sick. That's disgusting. What is wrong with me? Anyway, that's a good thing. And that's something that people do. Friends will always do this. You guys will do this too. I guess you guys don't do it as much, which is strange, because I would think that people who don't know you as well, but in life, if they're like, I do a lot of things well. Everything I do, I don't know if I can say that. I do it well. Everything's okay. I do everything well. Yeah, not outstandingly well. I mean, there are a lot of YouTubers that aren't outstanding. I don't know. I've been doing YouTube a long time, but it doesn't, I don't have a good personality. Oh, that's what the video was going to be about, me and my personality. It was going to be about why my personality is the way it is, and it's a strange story of how I came to be like this. And I don't mean my absent-minded personality. That's not really my personality. That's the function of my brain. Function of my brain's a whole other story. Inherited, I guess. I'm not super attractive. I'm not super fit. I'm not the most anything at all. I don't know if I'm really, really stupid or really, really smart. Sometimes I think I'm too smart. And then other times I think maybe I'm really, like, I have because of the situation I've got myself in, and because I wasn't really, I mean, these arguments for but wasn't really good at school. I hated being in school. I would always do well in programs, though. No, and then sometimes in school I would do really well, and sometimes even the same courses, it would just depend on. So, yeah, I remember going from one grade to another, highest grades, highest test scores out of all of the whole grade, and then the next year, I don't know if it'd be the lowest, but I'm basically just passing. Yeah, it's so strange. And then it would be vice versa for other subjects, depending on the teacher. Oh, my screen just went blank. Are you there? Are you still there? I can't read. I'm a really bad reader. And it was never addressed. But it's obviously some kind of learning disability. But was it the education system of that? I mean, I remember being given tests, but so weird. Never in higher grades, though. Just like, I think, and I don't even remember the tests because it was like when I was 5. But without telling the story, it was because I had to do all these things on my own. I had to learn everything, and like, so I wasn't getting really like an education. Nobody would, yeah. It's really, I can't say, it's hard. I'll have to say that for another video. Like, I don't want to say these things about, I don't want to say that my parents didn't raise me, but they didn't. Like, anyway, I'm not good enough at anything, which I know I've made many videos about that, about not being good enough. And it's not an imposter syndrome thing. It's a beatdown thing. It's like me believing my whole life that I was something special. I felt like the greatness was around the corner. I don't think everybody feels that. But then you're just beat down till now I'm an old man. And statistically, my half of my, I'm past, I'm closer to death than being born. Even though I don't believe that, unfortunately. There's my catchphrase. I should put this somewhere. My catchphrase is, if I die tomorrow, I did everything right. If I live forever, I'm screwed. Like, if I live till I'm 100, I'm in so much trouble. But you know what? That fixes itself, because it's always if I die tomorrow, I did everything right. Like, it's always, every day is better than the last day. I don't like look back and wish that I was living in yesteryear because that was so much better. No, this is the best time of my life. And everything did point to this, but I can't believe that I'm in a situation where everything's falling apart around me. And I mean, I guess it's because I need an instant solution, and it's not possible. Like, I can't fix everything tomorrow. Winning the lottery would fix everything tomorrow. And I don't. If money is my only problem, and I mean, I've talked about this in many videos too, money is supposed to be easy. That's what people say. Money's easy. And I guess that's why my life is so great, is because it's never been, I guess that is the theme of this video again. it's never been a priority. It's never been a problem. It's never been a problem until COVID. But at the same time, COVID took away every last part of the world that I hated. Like, there was no have to. COVID, oh, that's another video. Why COVID was the best thing that ever happened to me. And I watched people here, I guess on the internet, it was the only place to see people. I watched people's lives fall apart because they couldn't function without other people. And I'm like, oh, this is the best thing ever. I don't have to even talk to anyone anymore. They're too busy worrying about their problems, and I don't have to deal with them anymore, and I don't have to listen to listen. I have enough things that I worry about, however superficial or non-important they are. They're the things that are important to me. They're what I worry about, what I'm concerned. They're not all superficial. Like, they're also how I'm going to afford to do basic needs. I've never had to worry about having clothing. I have way too many pieces of clothing to have to worry about clothing. Food. So far, I've not been in a situation. My credit card keeps working, so I've never been in a place where I couldn't, like, eat. Here, sometimes I think I just want to be, maybe I should just be a bad person. And it's crazy that I haven't been a really bad person. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just because I watch too many movies and TV shows about corrupt lifestyles. But I don't know why I didn't turn into, like, a bank robber or a murderer. Like, I don't think that I have any empathy, okay? And I think that if I took someone's life, I wouldn't even care. Like, but I haven't done that yet. So yet. Like, I'm like, I do, and people have compared me to sociopaths, serial killers, people, because, I spend all my time alone. I'm weird. I'm not an introvert or anything. I don't have problems talking to people if there's a reason to talk to them. Is there a reason to talk to anyone, though? But no, I think I very easily could have gone that route of corrupt, but I don't. I just do my own thing, and even that. See, I'm not even a good sociopath. I can't even pull through with that. Oh, I was talking about how, yeah, people in my life, they always say, wow, you're really good at that. Why have you not made that your career? It's so easy for people to say stuff like that. They do actually say that on here. People are always suggesting that again, I can't, I've never been able to, like, I don't want to, it's not even devoting your whole time. People can have different careers, especially now. People do one thing, but am I, like, living in a TikTok world before TikTok was even a thing? Is it so fast? It's a good analogy for this is the reason I wouldn't be able to get a tattoo because my interests change so quickly that the answer to that is I would be able to get classic tattoos. But the thing is, a tattoo is a look, and I might not want to have that look. I like a blank canvas. Here, let's go to something else that I do, and it's like having white walls, white bedding, and it's the throw pillows. that add to the character and the and the yeah, you want to have a blank canvas in your home, and then it's the little added bonuses that you can switch up and change when you grow. Some people don't have passion, and it like I hear people talk about that all the time, and I mean I guess they're pretty. They don't know what they like. They do what they do, but they don't really have a hobby. Or I have way too many hobbies. And I don't want to give up any of them, and I want to do them in the. It doesn't pay. Why doesn't it pay? It doesn't pay because for some reason it's not likable. It's not. And I like to tell myself that it's because I'm people don't like there's some people who love me. Like it is such a contrast with people who don't like me. I mean, it's really good to be polarizing, but it's such a minute kind of people who get it. And I mean, I know I criticize you guys. I do. I say that there has to be something wrong with you to like me. And I mean, I can't. I don't know if I cannot not believe that, because I know that the people who really really liked me in my life, all of like the women who have thrown themselves at me, they have all been really really sick. Yeah. So I'm assuming anyone here who likes me has to have something really wrong with them. You have to be really messed up. I see that there's something that's probably shouldn't criticize your fan base, but I'm just hypothesizing. I'm guessing. I like the weird and unusual, so I understand. I like me. I love my interests. I love my weird viewpoints. And would I change everything? I don't. Would I change anything? Yeah, I would. Do I have any regrets? Oh, jeez. Do I have any regrets? I probably say the same thing. I'm totally losing my memory of what I say, but I don't care. When people repeat themselves in vlogs or YouTube videos that I watch, I don't care. So, but I had like such an insane work ethic at a young age, and I think it's just been torn down. I really did believe that I would do something great, and it's it's too late, because I always believed that I would be like some kind of child prodigy. So it's definitely, and I think that's the problem with my age thing, is because I cannot be a child prodigy anymore. I'm not a child, even though I am a child. Okay, now I'm getting sick of hearing myself talk. Didn't I say that like an hour ago? How long have I been talking for? It's only been half hour. Come on. I have to waz. I'm gonna clean now. For the first time. It's been quiet. It's been so noisy. And I've been listening to death metal to outpower the noise. And I'm really starting to like death metal. Oh my goodness, am I turning into? No, I mean, I don't want to worship Satan. I don't believe in Satan, for one thing. Religion. Oh man, I should do a whole video on. Actually, religion, it bores me now anyway. There's no point in talking about it. Everyone's said everything there is to say about religion. A lot of people during COVID found religion and found family and realized that family and religion were the most important things to them. That didn't happen to me. We can just leave it there. But again, it's the best thing that ever happened to me. And I'm proud. Oh, yeah. Wow. Whoa, this is something to think about. Well, I'm in the worst situation I've ever been in my entire life. Yeah, this is the best my life has ever been. If there was ever a place where I could be paid for being in the worst situation, it would be YouTube. But still, it doesn't work. I gotta clean. See, it's not the worst body in the world, but it's not the best body in the world. I don't know, maybe I did something right. Like, I used to be like on model shoots, and they were like, wait, did I say this in the last video? Jesus. And they were like I'd be the least, I think I did say this. I'll just say it again. I used to be the least jacked guy in the room, and I would still get compliments. I don't know why these guys would say, I don't know. I have no idea. There's some kind of natural aesthetic that I have, because it is only natural ways of achieving it. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's not all about that, and that's so okay. I don't feel, the reason I turned on the camera was because there can be days where you don't have to be productive every day, but I think that's every day for me. If I'm gonna be really honest, like right now, here I am trying to put the rest of the stuff away, and I'm organizing the organize. I have to, like, I'm not telling you what I'm doing because I don't feel comfortable doing that. But I got to sort this stuff out before I put it away. So that's what I'm taking care of right now. And it's like I'm playing, and that's every day for me. And it's wrong, because I should be concentrating on what has to be done for this world. But it's also right, because this is how I'm surviving. And I guess if we're gonna go back to how I was raised, that's what they were doing. They were taking care of what they had to do to survive and live in this world. It might have been neglected in the process, but that's how I carry on in the world. That's how I solve the problem. I realize that I can't be in relationships because I don't have that to give. I still have to take care of I have to take care of myself first, and I can't take care of anyone else. I know that I'm ill-equipped to take care of anyone else, and I always thought there might be a day, and there would be if money was easy. It's not about money, though. It's about my time. This was in the last video. I did say something about, I don't even remember. Can I get to work? Is this my work? This is my work. This is my work. This is my work. I made my life my work, and I love it, but it don't pay. And the way that I am screwed is that I don't even think I have a backup. I don't even think a backup plan is a possibility at this point because of what I've done. But I have a lot of things that I can sell, so why aren't I selling them right now? Sometimes I think I overestimate what I have to sell, and some things I underestimate what I have to sell. But why aren't I starting there? I am starting there. I just have to finish getting the McDonald's toys, and after that's done, will there be something else? There won't be. I'm gonna make there not be something else. There's not gonna be anything else. There's just gonna be this. Okay, that is my plan. My plan is, you're hearing it here for the first. 8 of you that are watching the end of this. Will there be 8? Will there even be 8 people who watched the end of this? Is this the end? This might only be halfway, for all I know. Am I going to build that garment rack that I said I was going to build? That's what this video was supposed to be about. The answer is getting rid of all of the toys, selling all of the toys, and making so I can actually move around. I love getting rid of stuff, so what's the problem? I also love the stuff that I've gotten. I wouldn't have got the stuff if I didn't love it. But, like I said before, earlier in this video, I grow, I change, so that's the great opportunity there. And I can always sort it, and sometimes I put things in places where they can be abandoned if necessary, and sometimes I want to abandon, and then this is the other part. I always told myself, if there was if I was at the bottom and I needed out, there was like no other option for me. There always was another option, and it seemed to be the answer to everything. However, there's a however to this one, and that would be just to pick up and go and just move to a tropical island and sleep on the beach, and that would be fine. However, that's not an option right now because you can't travel, because I'm anti-vax. Listen, and if maybe you're new to this channel and you'd be wondering why somebody would be anti-vax, I'm anti-vax because I don't even drink coffee. I'm anti-medicinal. So if I don't take aspirin or drink coffee, I'm definitely not getting a vaccine. I'd rather just isolate myself. And that's the other thing with the whole COVID thing. 10 days? What is that? Is that it? People couldn't, I said this in videos too, people couldn't separate themselves over 14 days. You can't isolate. People are unable to isolate themselves for 14 days. You can even be with one person for 14 days if you guys do it together. But apparently the world can't do that. They have to, and it would be gone. Completely gone. All gone. Gone. Completely gone. But no, people can't do that. One easy, simple thing to do. Maybe it's not simple to do. Maybe I am special. Maybe I can do something. Maybe I'm the only person in the world that could live in solitary. See? I should get myself into prison. Solitary confinement sounds like a dream. Like, I wouldn't be able to use the internet, but I'd be able to read as many books, or maybe I'd be able to read the good thing. I can read the same book over and over again if it's a good book. And it would be so good for my reading. I would learn to read better because I would actually be reading, and and that is the world that I could escape into. Oh, is that a giveaway? That I escape into movies and TVs? Movie and TV? Oh, and that. This must have been a video. Sometimes I talk to myself in my head, like while I'm taking a shower, about what videos I would make. So I don't know if I've actually made this video or said this. But the TV ruined me. And I thought it didn't. Like everyone was saying, everyone in the 80s, people would say, in the 70s and the 80s, I guess, that the TV is corrupt and it's rotting your brain and it's a Satan, and Satan's making a lot of mentions in this video. And I never believed them. I thought, no, this is great, but it is the route to everything has to be beautiful and perfect. And I had the example of real life relationships, which not cool. And I had the example of television and movie relationships, not cool. I don't know what the reality is of that. I mean, I'm a smart guy. Oh, am I a smart guy? Am I though? Or am I dumb as nails? I might be the stupidest, moron on the place of the planet, because look at the situation I'm in. Maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I am really dumb. Like, we're talking super idiot. Like, it's possible, but for some reason, I don't think I am. Is free will intelligence? Is true authenticity? Is having to just be yourself to survive without any compromise to anyone else's beliefs or thoughts of you or anything? Is not caring? Is that smart or is that stupid? I don't know. Anyway, solitary confinement would be great. How would I spend my days? I would do everything the same. I really need to do that. I need to do that video and title the video either How You Will Know When I'm Rich. See, I guess there's still some optimism there. Or How I Would Live My Life Differently If I Had Unlimited Income. And the sad part is, I would just take yoga classes, which I can do online anyway. And I would get those green juices from the green juice store. And you know what? I might even make them myself, because I'd have all the time in the world, but I'd probably buy them. I'd probably do I'd probably do a combination of both. Some days I would make them, and I would make YouTube videos too. I would get on YouTube. I would be putting things in a juicer. And yeah, if I had to. So, yeah, I would do nothing differently. I would just have no worries. And I probably made 16 videos saying exactly the same thing, because am I growing? And I guess maybe I am growing. You guys tell me I'm growing. I don't know if I believe you, because I know that I'm talking about the same stuff. But I do remember a time when I used to, I don't even know if this is a growing or not. I used to judge people and then tell them to their face why I didn't like them. And I had to prove a point to the world. I had to be way too outspoken and say, like, things for it wasn't even things for a reaction. It was things that I truly believed that people weren't doing, and sometimes I would call people out on it, and I would just criticize people for their lifestyles because they weren't lifestyles that I agreed with. And I'm not talking about alternative lifestyles or anything like that. I'm all for the alternative. It's usually the mundane, the things that everyone does that I think that are wrong, that I speak out upon. It's the whole world being wrong. And that is something else that I talk about on here all the time too. If the whole world is wrong, the whole world can't be wrong. So it's obvious. It's me, right? It's me. But maybe the whole world is wrong. Am I ahead by a century? I don't think so. It would have caught on by now. I've always put myself out there, and people don't like it. So weird. I guess there are people have different tastes, and I guess for the majority, I'm not likable. And some people like me, and that's good enough. Like, I know that I have touched the lives of some people, and that should be good enough. Oh yeah, it doesn't pay though. And I know here in this video, I started to say a lot of things, and then I didn't finish saying them. Sometimes when I watch this video back, though, I'm like, there's no point in continuing that sentence anyway. This is a great angle for me. I look kind of huge. Anyway, should we do the thumbnail? Not good enough, even though I have that video title already. And, oh man, I don't know. I don't know what to do about my hair. I think I do like this. I realize I'm realizing why I cut it. I like this. I can style it. I can put some product in it and it'll look okay. I don't even mind the gray. I always thought baby faces. Am I young looking? I don't know if I'm young looking anymore though. Sometimes anyway, I see old guys sometimes. So I like this hairdo. It is cool. It's edgy, but it's not too edgy, and I can do different things to it. Oh, check out this. Check out this. It's getting long enough that, oh well, it's not doing it now. Anyway, it looks sometimes like, yeah, I guess that's kind of doing it. It's not flipping. It's all straight today. My hair can be super curly or super straight, I guess, depending on how it dries or how I had my hat on. Okay, so I love this hair, but the reason why it's like the perfect haircut. I made a video about this being the perfect haircut. There's hair everywhere, and that drives me crazy. That's one of the worst parts about being in a relationship. The woman's hair everywhere. It's all over the floor in the bathroom usually. That's usually where my hair is too. I was saying goodbye, wasn't I? Didn't I say goodbye? I like this angle. I look big or something. Anyway, I didn't exercise today and was supposed to. Oh yeah, and that's the reason I turned this on. Some days it's okay to not do anything. And maybe you can call me out. Maybe some of you will remember and hold me accountable. I really want to finish getting these McDonald's toys. So, I mean, I go out, I don't want to miss any of them. So I go out walking, go to all the McDonald's. I don't understand McDonald's strategy. They're supposed to be released weekly, but they run out of them. Some locations run out sooner than others, and then you can't get the toy. I want to get the whole set. They're supposed to be different new ones weekly, and I go around, find one of them, and some of them don't show up. And there were two from before. The first two are being re-released at the end of the 6 weeks, and I really need to. I got this OCD thing. I always have to have a full collection of something. I don't know. It's weird. I gotta get it. I'm telling myself this is the last thing. And the only real toy that I collect right now I don't know who's interested in this, is Masters of the Universe. And I talked so long that the screen just went out again. And those, even though I shouldn't be ordering stuff like that, I don't have the money. I don't have the money for this stuff. But at least it's all automated now. So the Mattel did this thing where I don't think they're selling them anymore in the stores, and they just sold them to online retail. They have them available from online retailers, and I just ordered everything available, and it's all pre-ordered. So I wasn't charged for it until it becomes available, and I'm hoping that when it becomes available, I will have the funds available for it, which I won't, because I have to take care of other things. But anyway, I don't have to go. The whole thing is that I don't have to go out. I don't have to subject myself to stuff. I'm going to. I am being way more selective. I haven't been buying as many toys. I still do buy toys sometimes, it's true. But I really have cut back, and I do sell a lot of toys, and I'll continue to do that, and I want to do that. I want this. Enough is enough. I don't want any more. I want to be able to pick up and go, and I don't think that's ever going to be a possibility. I'll never just have a backpack, but I would like at least have just one truck and not have to have 3 or 4 loads of a truck to move. So if I could just fit everything into a crate, I'm being really selective, and the more I do it, the easier it is to do. So the more you, and I don't know if you have experience with this, but yes, when you get rid of things, it just becomes easier and easier. So it's good just to start and do a little bit. And I should be taking, I have everything in boxes. I'm an organized person. Like, have this, like I mentioned many times in this video, I have boxes and boxes and boxes of toys, and I have them all sorted. So I should at least, like a good plan, it would happen really one box every day. Even maybe I do two, maybe I do 5 boxes a day. But anyway, one box a day. eBay it. eBay just screwed me over though. Somebody, a toy was ruined in shipping. It got crushed. The person complained, and they kept the, eBay gave them a refund, and they haven't sent back the toy. So, and it's to the States, so even the shipping cost more than a toy, basically, there and back for me. I'm responsible for the shipping. That's really dangerous. So that's that. This is the first time it happened, so I should probably relax a little bit about it. But it's just adding another piece of stress to my life, where I can be out $400 like that, just because I send something and then I just threw out. Even if they sent it back to me, they sent me back a damaged item that won't be worth as much, and I have to pay for the shipping back. And especially if it's going to the US, but even to Canada, Canada's shipping is horrible. So it's going to at least cost me $40 if something goes wrong. That's the minimum of what I'll have to pay. And usually that's going to be more than the item itself. Well, no, I like to avoid selling anything under $50. It doesn't seem worth my time, which is great business. That's a great business ethic, is like, yeah, I don't know how people do it. I don't know how people go around selling things that for $2 or $5. The amount of manpower. Look, I'm elitist even in selling stuff. But that's going to have to happen as I whittle down, as I go down and down and down. Like, I started selling the things that are most valuable, but every once in a while I have surprises where I discover, oh my goodness, I had no idea that was worth that much money. Okay, now I really am going to shut up. I wish that I would have done a real vlog, a real video instead of doing a vlog, because this channel is not going to go anywhere if no one's going to find this. No one's going to understand this, except for you 5 or 8. Maybe there's 8 of you. There's 5 of you that are vocal, and probably 3 more that don't say anything. And then I wonder how many hate watchers there are, or how many, like, freak show watchers there are. I wonder the personalities behind it. The internet is really, at least the most vocal people. I'm done criticizing you. I just can't imagine that. I guess this is a sad thing that it says about me, is I can't imagine that anybody who's normal or sane would like me. And that is, I guess, negative talk to myself. I don't want to use those. Didn't I already say goodbye? I don't want to use those self-help psychological. I'm done with all of that. I'm done with both yeah. Everything's just, it's all bullshit. I can't believe it's just all bullshit. And the fact is, I'm good. I know what I have to do. Do I know? Yeah, I do. I know what I have to do. Yeah, I have to work harder. I have to work harder. And sometimes that encompasses selling out. Selling out is working harder. Doing things that you don't want to do. So weird. It's so not a concept. Doing things you don't want to do. No, I don't believe it. I'm going to be honest. I don't. I mean, it's true. It's obviously true. You have to do things, but I don't want to live my life that way. But I have to. I haven't been, and that's why my things have gotten exponentially worse. My teeth, I don't know what I'm going to do about my teeth. I should whiten them temporarily. I've never used a teeth whitener, so I've got, and I never took care of them. And I've been really neglectful for that. And I know I have cavities. I think I can see a cavity. It's like in my gum of one of my teeth are gonna fall. I'm gonna become hideous soon because all of my teeth are gonna fall out. There's nothing I can do about it. I mean, I floss every day now, but I never did that my whole life, and too little, too late. So I'm gonna be a mess. I'm gonna lose everything. Well, no, I can always. I'm I'm going to continue to do exercise and stuff because it feels good and I like it. Should do yoga too because I love yoga. But yeah, I'm gonna fall apart. Like I'm only gonna get more wrinkles and stuff because I'm gonna get older, and then the skin texture is the weirdest part. Like I'm so noticing it's freaking me out that the skin is just hanging on my neck, and it yeah. Again, this is the guy who wanted to be a child prodigy. Well, a child. I mean, I'm a child, but didn't we already do this? Didn't I already say goodbye 10 million times? I love this video. I I like myself. That's all that matters, right? But oh yeah, but I also hate myself. Obviously, I hate myself because I think that no sane person, no normal person could ever really like me. There has to be, yeah, yeah, whenever, yeah, yeah. The only time when anybody ever pays attention to me, well, this is learned behavior. The only time that someone pays attention with me is because they want to get with me. That's how I feel. That would be the only reason. There's no, yeah. Do I believe that? Yeah, I think I do believe that. Yeah. No one would ever like me for me. Wow. Good realization. Yeah, there. No wonder. No wonder I worry so much about my appearance because that is that's my only option for having someone. Wow, that almost makes me feel sad. That is, wow, that must be true. I guess I really believe that. Well, that's kind of a sad note that I believe that no one could ever really like me. Wow. When I'm saying it out loud, I really do believe it. Yeah. Could anyone like me? Just yeah, no, because they don't like me. The only time they're gonna like me is if they think they want to. Yeah. Wow. I like me, so that's good. Wait, didn't I come to the conclusion that I didn't like myself because that I felt no, but I mean I like all. I can't. I have so much in common with myself. Of course, I like me. We have all the same. We have all the same dreams and values, and yeah, I'm great. It's funny that I don't think anybody else could appreciate it though, but maybe you do. Maybe you don't want to get with me, but can you be honest? Is it is there any like thing in the back of your head that Maybe Jason could be my boyfriend. Is that really, maybe that's what you're thinking? Is that what you're thinking? Has no one ever paid any attention to me? Has no one ever given me anyone who didn't have an ulterior motive ever pay attention to me? I don't think so. It's learned behavior. All of this is learned behavior. It's the title of this video.